Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, everybody. It's lunchtime, and welcome back to the channel. Do apologize. I did not make a video last week because just too much going on with work and stuff like that. But here I am at work this Friday afternoon. Going to make a video for you guys so I can post tonight. And if you like to eat pizza while you're out camping or traveling or in the field, you're going to like this little item right here I got for you. So see you guys after the introduction. Be back. Yeah, welcome back to the channel, everybody. And before we get started, first of all, I want to thank you guys for coming to the channel, okay? And if you hadn't hit that notification button, why not? Go ahead and hit that notification button. That way you'll be apprised of all the videos I make. And I do suggest you go back and look at a lot of videos. Quality, well, just see, I'll let you be the judge of that. But if you do like them, please give me a thumbs up. That really helps out the channel. We can use all the help we can get from you. And I hope that you're getting something from my videos. I really do. But don't forget to hit the notification button. Don't forget to share with your friends and your enemies. Leave a comment down below. I'm really curious about what you think about this product, this idea, this concept. And I just learned about it not too long ago, although we'll talk more about that in a second. And please like to subscribe. I really appreciate it. Anyway, let's get started. We're out here in the fields here in Switzerland, not far from my work. I'll show you real quick where my work is at. I work in that little village right there, and yeah. So today I'm back in my truck here. We're going to show you a new product. It's not that new, but it's pretty new to me. And there's a concept that's been around for a while, especially here in Switzerland where I live. By the way, over that way is the Payun. I don't know if you can see it real quick. I made a video up here. Over this way here is the Payun military airfield. You can just see it where that white vehicle's moving just above it right there. Normally you see the F-18s from the Swiss Army taking off and doing their thing. So anyway, we're not going to worry about it today. It's a bit foggy out, so we may not see much of them right now. I don't know why. It's really strange. Normally they fly all year round, but today it's pretty calm. Anyway, let's get on with this. In Switzerland, we have a big tradition here of eating fondue and raclette. Raclette is a cheese that normally is in a big wheel, and there's two ways people eat it. Okay, number one is they cut the wheel in half. They put it on a rack that sits under, the flat part of it sits under a really hot grill that heats up the cheese. Once it's starting to melt, they'll then turn that cheese away from the rack and they'll scoop it off with a knife onto your potatoes or onto your plate. And that's how people traditionally eat it. And they'll put some paprika on it, salt and pepper. They eat it with some little mini cucumbers, or what do you call them, pickles, with pickled onions and other things like that. It's quite good. Very, very filling, very, very good, very high protein. Although you do have the potatoes in it, they use these little baby potatoes, which are very good and they cook up very quickly. Anyway, so they have that tradition and it comes out in this form here. And this is now the second way of doing it is to have a raclette grill, which they have big ones that you can serve like a family, a part of, between 8 and 10 people at a time. It has little small trays. You put your cheese in the tray, you slide it inside the grill. On top, it usually has a metal or a stone top, so you can fry up stuff on the top of it or keep stuff warm. And then inside of it, you grill your cheese, and from that, you scoop it off of that. It slides right off these little plates, and I'll show you what they look like in here. And then you can put that on your potatoes also. Well, we also have like a chalet version or a camping or hiking or day hiking version. And this right here, I got this right here last year. I have another one, but this right here I got as a gift from my boss actually last year for Christmas. And it says nouvelle, which means new. And this right here is in a really nice felt pouch right here, and it all comes together. So let me put this thing together right here, and then let's have a look down here. Sorry, back in my truck's a little messy right now. Got a lot going on. This is the little scraper right here. And this is a traditional, this is a long one. The little, you put your cheese on this right here, and you can, at the end of it, you just sort of scrape that off, you know. And it's Teflon, so it comes off pretty easily. And so they have this inside of a, now I have them at home, which are electric. So it has electric at the bottom, and it has like a double one this size. I have 2 sets of those. So if I have guests over, I can serve it to 4 people at a time. Usually by the time you finish eating your first one, your second one that you put in is melted. This right here, little tea lamps, tea candles right here. And there's 4 of them right here. And the way this thing sets up is you have this right here. You have your sides, which very beautiful traditional Swiss stamping in it, you know, looks very nice. You put that inside of it, and then on top of it you light your little tea lamps, tea candles, and it grills it from below. The problem is that in the traditional ones, or the electric ones, you know, it grills it from the top, you know, and it really gives it a little bit crusty feel. You don't get that so much. So that's the problem with this right here, okay? But, and then we have some pictures of the same ones. You get an idea of it with the cheese on it and other things, you know, different colors you can have it in, different forms, just kind of like that. And yeah, I haven't used this one here yet because I have electric ones, but this right here, it was going to get used until I found this, KISAG. KISAG is a country that makes a lot of these kind of traditional cooking instruments, and it's kind of like that. And this is one right here, and it comes in this really nice little red pouch right here. And this is what we're going to talk about today. With this one right here, it's not just a fondue or raclette oven or box. It's also, here you have your tea candles, your little scraper, and your traditional pan right here. But this right here also has a box setup. What I mean by that is that the whole thing sets on this little, let's get this in here. It's a little oven, okay? And the advantage of that is that, well, what you do is you get this right here. You put your tea candles in here. You light them up. You stick them inside, like you see here. You put your cheese or whatever you want to put on it. It goes inside this right here, and then that forms a little oven to do it up. So what we're going to do though is we're going to make pizza, because if you want to have pizza while you're out in the field, this is a good way of doing it. And this little thing right here doesn't weigh too much right here. I'm going to leave all the information in the description box if you're interested right here where you can get them, this kind of stuff. This is a Swiss product right here, and I think it's going to be a really nice one. So I have me a little, now I cut this right here out. This is a little reflective thing here, so I can actually, when I heat it up, it's going to do the business, okay? But I don't want it to melt. Oh, this is a big piece of rubber anyway, but I don't want it to melt it through, so I put all that together. But what we have to do first is we have to assemble our pizza. So I got some pizza dough, pre-done pizza dough. Comes on a little wax sheet like you see right here. I've already cut it to width, but I haven't cut it to the length yet. So what I need to do is cut it to the length, okay? As we see here. Now, I'm gonna leave the wax paper on because it's not gonna damage or anything. And let's put it on like you see right here. All right, and then we have some tomato sauce here. It's not the one I usually buy, but to make pizza, I make a lot of pizzas at home. It's been a pretty traditional thing I've done with my family. Really funny because the kids still do it, even as adults, and even the ex-wife does it still. So, which I find pretty funny. She still has pizza Friday night, she's still pizza night. So, put a little bit on there. We don't need a whole lot. Okay, and then we can smooth it over with our knife right here. Just get it all on there. If you've never made pizza at home, this is a great thing to do. What I like to do also is to punch holes in the through the pizza dough, and then I like to then put garlic powder on it, or actually minced garlic, it's like that on it, and it really sets on it. It's really nice. Then we're going to put some mozzarella cheese on here. And this is all prep. And you can actually do a lot of this stuff before, but it's not going to be as nice. What you do is you could probably freeze this right here, but it's not going to be as nice by freezing it, you know. And then we're missing pepperoni. Now, I have some pepperoni here, or here they don't call it pepperoni. Pepperoni here is actually peppers. So we put 3 of those on there. And then if you want to, you could add some other items, this kind of stuff. Pack it down a little bit. But also I need to light these tea things here. And be right back with you. One second. Got my matches, and I'm gonna slide this out like this and then light each one of these. It's good to make sure if you're not used to playing with these little things. Hopefully the wind's not gonna be too bad. Let's get this lit up. Let's see how this works out. Bit fiddly messing with matches, but it's a really good source to get your stuff lit up. Cigarette lighter, of course, is much easier. Each one of them lit up here. Now this is going to take a little while for it to do it to bake. Usually around 10 minutes, but I'm not going to bore you with that. Ooh, that one's starting to burn my finger there. So, yeah, burnt my finger. So we can get to some of that here also. There we go. Get this all back in there. It's going to heat it up a little bit inside there. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to time this right here. But we're going to put pause on the camera. We're going to heat this thing up and just see how long it takes. There we go. So while you guys, it's going to be a flash. For me, it's going to be probably about 10 minutes. Be right back with you. Just touch back with you real quick while it's still on doing its due. It's been so far, it's been 6 minutes. So we still got some more time to go here. And I did have to relight a candle because it is a little bit windy out here today. It's a bit fresh. Anyway, there are other methods you can do. You can actually use a billy can over coals, put a grill in it, and you can make pizza that way or broil stuff that way also. Nothing wrong with that. You know, I just saw this item right here. It's not very expensive. I think I paid almost $40. Paid about $40 for it. But what I like about it is that you can supposedly, now this is a test, by the way. I've never used this thing before. This is brand new out of the bag. Just got it. I've been watching it and following it a bit. It was presented to me on Facebook as a local publicity from a Swiss brand, KISAG. And they make a lot of different products in their site. It's KISAG.com. And they have a lot of different products on their site, other stuff for fondue, this kind of stuff also, and raclette. This is a big thing here in Switzerland. Fondue is between chocolate and cheese. I mean, cheese, of course, being a natural byproduct of milk here in Switzerland. And the quality of cheeses here are just the best. I have not tasted better cheeses from anywhere in the world than what you have here. They are a bit stinky, these cheeses are, and the process is quite interesting. They put them in the wheels. They cover them in like a waxy type substance. And what they do traditionally is they'd be up in the mountains and they'd make these wheels of cheese. And it's a really good book, and I can't remember who wrote it, but he's passed away now. But he wrote about when he was his youth, pre-World War II, up in the mountains in Zermatt, near the Matterhorn. And so he grew up basically every summer. His father, since he was 8 years old, him and a young girl, 14-year-old girl. They'd put them up in one of the chalets up in the mountains, and they'd stick the family cows up there while the mother ran a hotel right there at the base of the Matterhorn, and the father ran a hotel in the town. And for the summer period for tourists, that's how they made their money. And he would spend his whole summer up there with this young girl, and he'd spend the whole day out in the fields watching the cows. And then he'd come in the morning, they'd milk the cows, and she'd make cheese, and in the afternoon they'd come back in from feeding and make more cheese, more milk the cows, and she'd make more cheese also from that. So they always had these wheels of cheese. And what they did is in home they stick these cheese wheels up in along with bread that would get dry, of course, and they put them around the higher parts of the room. They would cure, or they put them down in the basement. They would cure in a cooler. It's pretty much the same temperature area, and they would cure, and then they would eat and live off these cheese along with other vegetables that they had in their root garden. Most of their garden, their root cellar, their cellars were gravel or sandy floors, which they dig down into, and they would, with hay, they'd stack the vegetables in for the winter, the potatoes and the carrots and onions and other vegetables. So, and that's how they lived. That's how they survived, especially up in the mountains. You know, a lot of people don't realize, but you know, right now the most expensive ski resorts in the whole world are here in Switzerland. Beautiful ski resorts, but at one time, these mountain villages were so poor that the people were living off of nuts, châtaigne, which is basically chestnuts. They would live off chestnuts, which is basically, for a lot of people, were pig food, you know, in the forest. They'd fall down and the pigs would eat them, and they lived off of them. And they were, the average Swiss person in the mountains, Swiss citizen, was eating about 120 kilos a year. That's over 200 something pounds a year. And they learned to make a lot of good desserts with them and a lot of other things with them, but and they lived off of them. And now you can go to any town, and, you know, one of the most expensive things you can buy is on the streets in the wintertime, running around now, November, when it kicks up, and they'll be roasting these things in large roasters on the street and selling them in little small packets for, I don't know, $5-10 like that. I don't eat them like that. I prefer them in in their dessert form. I'm not a big fan of them myself. The smell is not, I'm not keen on the smell either, but I eat them if I have to. I have eaten them. They're okay. I just not my preference. Anyway, let's see. We're now at 10 minutes. Let's see how we're looking here. I'm just going to pull this out real quick and just slide it out and have a look. I want to touch it. It's warm. The cheese is starting to melt, but I don't think that it's starting to get warm here. Okay, it's starting to get a little warm here from the tea candle circulating the air, which is what you want. Now you probably could wrap this inside this insulation that I have here, wrap the whole thing in it and do it that way, and it probably would be a lot better, especially in the wintertime. But the idea is, you know, you do this, you can put this on the side. You could actually make a little fire in there also if you want to use something besides tea candles. You could probably put some twigs or some charcoal in there and heat that up also. Take it off the fire, slide it inside of it, or just set it on top of the fire, on top of the bread as the charcoal is hot, you know, or the embers, and let that do also, and that would probably work good. I do like about it is that it's actually quite compact. It folds up. It's in this little small pocket right here, which is nice and well made. And they put some effort in this right here. It's not just a cheap Chinese pouch. It actually put some, but it's made in China. But the material they use is actually quite good. You know, I do this for a living. I build things for a living, so I always look at the quality. And this right here has a pretty good quality to it. So it's not like, you know, when you buy your iPhone and then you get the, you know, a little crappy something to put it in, you know. This right here is pretty good, but it is heating up. So I'll see you in just a few more minutes. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. Be right back with you. Okay, so it's almost 25 minutes, so it's taking a little while. I guess it's because of the cool outside. I did put some of this reflective stuff on the ends to help protect it from the cold. So I think that if you're in the forest and you're doing this right here in the campfire, it'll be a lot easier, probably a little quicker, but it's about finished actually. I'm gonna give it another minute. You see it smoking right here. It's just been holding in the heat. It is getting a lot better. The pizza, the quality is getting better. I've noticed the top. Yeah, it's hot. You can't really touch it. So it's doing its job. Everything's working. Everything's hopping and popping like the way we want it to. And so we're gonna give it another couple seconds here. Then we're gonna just pull it out no matter what and try it out and see what we got. I think the main thing is that the most important thing is the dough is cooked. That's what's the most important thing. Once the dough is cooked, the rest of it is cooked. And traditionally, it takes probably about 4 to 5 minutes to make a pizza in a really good pizza oven. It doesn't take very long whatsoever. So here, of course, once it's heated, if you have another one ready, you can stick it in there and it'd probably be even faster. It just took a little while for this right here. And I think I'm going to make a cocoon around it with this material right here, this reflective material. I think it's going to help in the future. I'm definitely going to be testing it out in the next few weeks. Got a little vacation coming up and I'm going to travel a little bit, so we'll see how this works out. So it's time now. We're going to pop all this off, see how this looks, and give it a try. There we go. Oh, there we go. See it? So yeah, it's bubbling. It's definitely cooked to a certain level. Let's have a look here. I'm gonna just cut. Ooh, it's hot. You gotta be careful here. I don't want to burn my fingers up. I've already burned them up enough today. So let's see. I don't think the crust is cooked enough, honestly, but it's pretty darn close because it's very hot. I like it to be a little more crispy. I like my crust a little more crispy, but let's see something here. I can get all this out of here. Get a piece out of here. It's pretty hot. If you look at it right here, that's a piece right there. You see it's all yellowed around here around it. The crust is yellowed. It is a bit crusty. It's not there yet 100%. But you can see the bottom of it right there. Right there, there we go. See the bottom of it right here. Let's give it a taste. Okay. I'm surprised. It's pretty good. 100 times better than MRE pizza. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this right here so far. Do need to make some mods to it. Like I said, it's turned out to be pretty good. And so there you go. We're gonna shut this thing down, get it folded up, and we'll eat up. My pizza cool a little bit. I'm not a big hot pizza eater, but the system's pretty good. Here you can get a good idea of the brand. Okay, KISAG, and there you go. Using T-lamps. So I want to thank you guys for coming and watching this video. I appreciate it. And if you're interested in one of these right here, look at the description down below. You probably can find these in the States and UK or wherever else here in Europe. You can definitely get to order them through KISAG here in Switzerland. And yeah, we'll see how it works out next couple of weeks. I'll be away at the Army. So I'll see you then. You guys all have a good day. Talk to you very soon. Goodbye. I think we're having an aircraft about to take off. Or land. I can hear, but they may be out a bit, so we'll see.